Alright, boys, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about Reddit traffic. So, yeah, this can go for both AI and normal models. I'm not going to be talking about like AI content generation, but if you are curious about that, there's not really much different in terms of that. It's just obviously you have to create the content. Um, I would personally stick to SFW. If you're going to do some SFW, even whether it's for real or AI models, I'd mainly only recommend doing boobs. Obviously, you can do more if your model's like very comfortable with a lot more um, exclusive content to sell, but I'd stick to like mainly just boobs, for example. But yeah, so first of all, account setup. Um, we run it on mobile, just on your phone. Create it with a Gmail. Um, if you want to do web or if you want to scale, obviously you might not have 20 phones to run 20 accounts, or you want to give some to VAs. You should still create it on mobile, but then you can transfer to browser using an anti-detect browser like Anti-Dolphin or AdsPower with the same proxy. I don't buy accounts or farm karma. Obviously, you can. I'm not saying this doesn't work. A lot of people do this. Most people do this. And when I tell people this, they usually get confused that I don't buy accounts. But the reason for that is because any little thing like that can get you banned. For example, buying accounts can get you banned. Farming karma can get you banned. Like these little things at the start can all get you banned. So we just try to remove that risk and just create the account instead. But obviously, it's not guaranteed you'll be banned. I'm just saying there's a higher chance. So we just create it, and our ban rate is very low by doing this. And a lot of people get surprised because of the fact that a lot of subreddits have requirements, whether it's for age or karma. But the way we just do is we just let it organically grow. So we start off with no requirement subreddits. They might be smaller, they're not all small. A lot of people get this idea wrong that if you're posting in a no requirement subreddit, that means it's automatically bad, but that's not the case at all. There's still a lot of good no requirement subreddits, very good ones actually. Um, and after some time of posting, you're gonna just organically grow, and then you'll be able to post some better ones anyway. So yeah. But anyway, warm up is for 3 to 5 days. So in this warm up, all we do is just scroll, upvote like twice a day, downvote once maybe, and then like comment once as well. And then after your 5 days are done, then that's obviously when you can start, posting. So obviously the actual account setup after warm up's done, add a banner of like her body or like a picture of her from far away so you can sort of see most of it. The pro picture should be an avatar, like the Reddit avatars that they make for you. And then obviously just make the name. The bio should just be something simple, like her age, where she's from, and just saying something like my OF is free or my page is free with an emoji pointing down to the link. And add a custom URL where it's a tracking link to FanViewer or OF. And the main thing with Reddit as well, that I've not really mentioned here, but I'll say now, is if you're going to do multiple accounts on Reddit, you need to make sure everything is different. Okay, and when I say everything, I mean literally everything. The captions. If you're going to use the same content, spoof it. The link should be different. Like at least the tracking link. It doesn't have to be like a link me or get all my links, whatever. If it's just an OF link, make sure it's a different tracking link each time. But yeah, literally everything should be different. Banner, name, bio, captions, content, even the IP. So if you're gonna use a proxy, make sure that you have a rotating one so that you can change the IP. But yeah, you increase the post by one per day until you reach 20 a day. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on until you reach 20 a day. And then mobile data or proxy, like I said. Obviously, if you want to do one yourself on like your mobile phone, you can do mobile data, and then on the browser ones, you can do proxy, for example. Um, all right. So next is obviously the actual account, like how the page should look. You have a pinned post promoting the OF link, and then another one with a GIF of the model with a link in the comments as well. All right. So also for spoofing content, I don't know why I post down here, but for spoofing content, we use SpoofsyBot on Telegram to spoof images, and for videos, you can use red GIFs. It sort of automatically spoofs your videos each time you put into red GIFs. And yeah, all right. Every account we run is niche specific. So let's say you want to run 5 accounts. One could be feet, one could be ass, one could be boobs, one could be a goth girl, one could be, you know, anything, right? Boobs, for example, like a body thing, or like like an actual niche, like goth, young, whatever. Um, but yeah, each account is different. And then once you figure out which niche works best, you can then obviously scale and do more accounts in that niche. But at the start, especially, I'd recommend having only different niches on different accounts, so you can sort of test and find out what works good, or the best at least. So the most important thing on Reddit is testing. I always say this because a lot of people make the mistake where they start posting on Reddit and then they don't change anything. They just stick to one thing, and it never works. The reason why it never works is because they're not testing to find out what can work. So what I mean by this is you should always be testing the content, the captions, and the subreddits. Okay, so for example, if you found some subreddits that you think might work good, and then you start posting, if it doesn't do good, then you go figure out what might be the issue, whether it's the content, maybe the captions a little bit, or the subreddits, right? If you think the subreddits are good, but maybe you think, okay, the content's not the best, it could be improved, then improve the content and then try again. If it doesn't improve and it's still bad, then the subreddits might be the issue, and then you should change the subreddits into a different one. And you gotta basically keep doing this whole process of testing different subreddits, different content, until you find out what works. And obviously, this includes niches as well. So if let's just say a bunch of boob niches, subreddits, sorry, aren't working, maybe that niche isn't good, and you should try out a different niche, like feet, for example. And then, eventually, once you keep testing and testing, you're gonna find a list of subreddits and possibly a niche that works very well for you. And then from there, that's when you can start actually scaling. And that's really the secret to Reddit, right? It's just testing. A lot of people really ignore this part, and that is literally the most important part about Reddit. If you don't do this part, don't expect to see results with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, I've got a way more in-depth guide in my private group. If you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. Um, but yeah, this goes for both real and AI models. It's pretty much the same concept, really. The only difference is obviously with an AI model, you just have to generate the content. But yeah, see you guys later.